Yeah, we're incredibly excited. We just launched a comprehensive weight management program. There are a number of different programs to support employers of various needs. What we're finding is that everybody is approaching these drugs differently, but everybody is dealing with the same issues. The first being the fact that they're incredibly expensive. These drugs are running about $10,000 to $15,000 annually, and we know that 42% of American adults are obese. And so there is a very large portion of the population that could ultimately benefit from these drugs. Obviously, if you greenlit these medications for everyone who qualifies as obese, that would increase spend by about $1.2 trillion. So that's something that is not reasonable, and employers certainly can't accommodate. But at the same time, they are showing incredible clinical effectiveness. The average member is reducing BMI between 15 and 25%, which is unheard of. And at the same time, recent studies are suggesting that it's impacting chronic conditions. Members who were on these drugs were 20% less likely to have stroke, heart attack, or die. And so now we are seeing an unparalleled clinical effectiveness from BMI reduction and also a significant reduction in the likelihood of chronic conditions, which is obviously the largest driver of healthcare spend for self-insured employers. So there's a real crossroads that's occurring where we see the tangible value that these drugs are providing, and yet at the same time, we just can't find budget to incorporate them for everyone. And so employers are in a difficult position. But our goal is to thoughtfully support members and employers before, during, and after the medication. And the way I would distinguish those three is that we do have a weight management program that is significantly reducing member BMI. And so before you start someone on a medication, you can use our program to improve their health and wellness activities so that they can naturally reduce that BMI and not need the GLP-1 medications. Secondarily, those who do need the GLP-1 medications, we are providing very important medication adherence and lifestyle coaching. And the reason that we found so many employers excited to incorporate this companion model is because a recent study showed that 1 out of 3 members was still taking these medications after 12 months. And so that's a really incredible financial investment for employers to be making for only 1 out of 3 members to continue to use them and see the impact of these drugs. And so the intent of the companion is to help people deal with uncomfortable side effects and really support them in between their doctor appointments with medication reminders and support. At the same time, I think employers are seeing these statistics and saying, we need to better prepare our members for the likelihood that they're not on these drugs for the rest of their lives. And so we are very focused on helping members graduate. And the only way you can do that is by providing that personalized lifestyle coaching and support to give them the tools so that they don't return to pre-medication habits and lifestyle post-drugs. And then obviously we have the most comprehensive program where we are working with a team of nationally licensed clinicians to actually serve as almost like an end-to-end obesity clinic for our partners, where we're handling the prior authorization, trying to limit the number of people who need these drugs with our healthy weight program, providing the companion support, and also the ongoing coaching and monitoring that our clinicians provide. It's really maximizing that investment. I think it's for less than 2% of the cost of the medication. You can provide this high-touch supportive program to ensure that these drugs are allowed to deliver the amazing outcomes that they're able to deliver. And so it feels like a very sound financial investment to better support members. I also think it's interesting, as we look to next year and more studies are released, if we keep seeing positive outcomes associated with these medications, it feels like an eventuality that they're incorporated for obesity. And as we mentioned, if 42% of American adults are obese, this is engaging a massive portion of the population, and employers need strategies in place to prepare for that eventuality. And so having something that can serve as a prior auth, trying to engage them with healthy weight management coaching before graduating to GLP-1 drugs could significantly lessen the eligible population that would need those drugs and save them, tens of millions of dollars. We've actually seen one of our employer partners, their spend specifically for Wegovy has escalated from $4,000 a month to 1.8 million in a very short period of time. And they've kind of watermarked 5 million by the end of next year. And so that's a very stark and real financial reality for a lot of employers. Nobody would just give someone anti-anxiety or depression medication and have them walk out the door, right? They need to be supported with personalized coaching and therapy to really address the whole person. And I think that's our approach is, if a PBM is writing script or managing prior auth, there should be some additional support that these members receive. And we're seeing a real excitement from our employer partners to incorporate a more comprehensive strategy to treat the whole person. I think what we're seeing initially is this idea of the companion model, is that these drugs are out there being used by millions of people and they need immediate support. They need better support now. And so we have seen an incredible amount of interest and excitement about our real-time coaching program. I mean, members can literally ask, hey, I'm going to eat at an Italian restaurant. Is pasta carbonara a good idea for me? And in real time, we can better educate and guide that member to say, that's going to lead to a lot of unpleasant side effects. Here's some other meal choices that would not lead to nausea or discomfort. And so we're trying to better support people in that way. And we think once we do that and it shows member impact, that there will be a bigger conversation to kind of incorporate our team of clinicians and serve as that end-to-end obesity clinic for our partners.